Hello, welcome to West Anime Sims. My name is Kelvin, and how are you doing? We are back with another retro review. We are going to rate all the lots in Strangetown. I've done rating the lots in Pleasantville and also some of the community lots in downtown. The link down in the description below for the playlist. So let's get started with rating Strangetown. Alright, let's look into the panoramic view of Strangetown. We have a UFO crash site going on here. Now, Strangetown has a total of 11 lots, making it the smallest neighborhood in the Sims 2 base game. But not to worry, add more lots and customize it however you want in this town. There are only 5 residential lots that are lived by pre-made Sims. 3 of the houses are unoccupied and 2 community lots, so I'm going to rate only 10 lots. So the first lot we're going to look into is 1 Tesla Corn lived by the Beaker family. Okay, here they are, Loki, Cersei and Nervous Subject. And we have a really grand entrance going up to like a castle-like house. Pretty daunting, pretty intimidating to be honest. We have archways leading up to the main hallway, to the living room-ish study. The center here is where all the action is going on. We have the enigmatic ergonomic energizer, we have this lie detector, we have this lab, we have the sim vac with all kinds of career rewards. Over here, over on this corner, we have this really small compact kitchen. It's serviceable. We have a toilet over at the back of the stairs with the I forgot to mention the dining area is really grand and it's luxurious. Downstairs, the basement is where Nervous Subject is sleeping. Pretty sure at least they don't give Nervous a really good bed either. They have a little bit of plants, some radio and some bookshelf. At least something to keep him entertained down there. Or that's the only good stuff going on his life. That's poor thing. And behind here we have a little bit of a barbecue grill and also a seating area. Upstairs we have some interesting layout for the bedroom over there. We have like a tower-like layout design with a bathroom over here, 2 bathrooms and 2 sides. We have 1 extra seating area with a fireplace and another bedroom is greenish in color, pretty interesting. And further up on the deck we have some rooftop, we have a telescope, a huge observation deck over here. From outside, the layout is very castle-like with very interesting layouts here and there with the tower-like design. Alright, overall this house seems like a pretty interesting layout with brick walls all over and the floors. That is the downside of this house. The whole thing is just 1 type of floor and 1 type of wall. But it carried out the theme consistently very well. It's just a strong start for Strangetown, so I'm going to give this house an 8. Our next lot is 13 Dead End Lane by Specter family. Okay, this house has a lot of history going on, a lot of history. And we start off with, I believe it's Ophelia's room. With finally they have a teddy bear and a dollhouse. I think it's just remains of childhood. And there's a door leading to nowhere, which is weird. And over here we have a little sitting room and another bathroom accessible from the bedroom, and the dining room area, which is where the first thing you're going to see from the front door. And we have a small kitchen over here, pretty compact, pretty practical I would say. And another bathroom over there. There's an empty room at this corner. And here we have Olive's room and also the door that leads to nowhere as well. So I believe those two doors are just decoration. And over here on the outside, we have a mass grave over here, filled with secrets, and why they all died on this house is up to you to know, to find out. And on the outside, we have a pretty interesting layout. We have a lot of columns to support the outside and give a little more aesthetic to this look. I really enjoyed it, perhaps. Alright, this house is a pretty solid house, I would say, filled with a good concept and a good design overall. Also, I do think the downside is just one wallpaper and one flooring for the whole house is kind of drab. So, is it as good as the Beaker house? Don't think so as much, but I'm going to give this house a 7. The next house is 101 Road to Nowhere by the Smiths. Okay, this is a very classic looking house. We have a swimming pool, back deck over there with a buffet table and a stereo that's ready for partying. And from the back, we have a really cohesive beige kitchen with a dining room area on the other side, TV room at the front, and a sitting room. I think it's a study with a fireplace. I do think that is really odd that we need a fireplace in a desert area. Bathroom at one corner. The other corner would be, I believe, is the parents' bedroom. It's accessible to another bathroom. Upstairs, there's an empty room on the blue side, and over here on the yellow room, I believe is Jill Smith's, and this blue room would be Johnny's room. And a really interesting bump out as well. I believe those are dormers, so they actually fill up the space with the really odd looking bathroom and Johnny's room as well. The other side also we have a spare room with nothing there, so it is up for players to expand whatever you want with this room, and a balcony at the back. Overall, from the outside, it's lush. Landscaping is really nice, pretty suburban with a white picket fence surrounding this house, and the roofing and layout shape is really nice, pretty well done, I would say. Okay, final thoughts. This house I would think is my favorite in the Strangetown neighborhood, although it is really out of place, but it serves a good design, very functional. So aside from some strange things going on, which is really normal for Strangetown, I would give this house a 9. The next house is 2 Cover Up Road, lived by the Curious Brothers. Okay, we have a lot to say about in this house. Let's start from the kitchen. That's where we are first zoomed into. Pretty modern, pretty sleek, although the stools can be you can change the stools to a little bit more modern looking. We have the living room with a lot of desks at the back. We have 2 expensive TVs for I don't know why. And then we have no couch at all. We have a nice greenhouse over here. These really odd looking bedrooms. They all look the same except on different layout and size. We have really odd blue Chinese lanterns, and the modern canopy bed, which I have never used it anywhere else in anything. And of course the ugly green bathroom smack in the middle of everything. Let's look on the outside. On the second floor, we have the lounge chairs over here and with a telescope. And then we have a lot of columns and stairs going up to 3rd floor, no, 4th, 5th, and 6th. My goodness, these columns are a lot, man. And then we lead to another telescope. Do we think this is all necessary? This is all part of the architectural design. To be honest, we have already have a telescope on the roof the second floor, we don't need a really tall one way up there. And on the outside, it's really peculiar that got on the landscaping end is very bare minimum with really odd circuit board like layout for the pathways. Okay, final thoughts. This house, don't get me wrong, I really like to play with the Curious Brothers as a game, but the design of this house is just have way too many things that are not working. Really have nothing nothing stands out for the bedrooms, are all in the same wallpaper and floors everywhere in the house. So there's a very lack of separation between the living room area and the kitchen, for example, and we have a lot of unnecessary things up there. So I'm going to rate this house a 6. The next house is 51 Road to Nowhere, lived by the Grunts. Alright, the first one is a pretty standard suburban looking living room with a really cheap bed downstairs and connected to a bathroom. Goes out, we have a long kitchen that is green and pretty consistent, and 2 sets of dining room area. 2 sets of dining tables. I don't think we need 2 sets of it. We only have 4 people in this house. Outside, behind there, there's a grill. We have a swing set and this obstacle course, which is a career reward for military career track. Let's look at the upstairs. We have the same flooring and wallpaper all throughout this house. I think it's pretty consistent with a lot of houses in Strangetown except the Smiths. We have almost nothing differentiate the bedrooms of the boys, only a toy box for Buck and a rebel poster for Rip and a flower picture for Tank. And at the other corner there, we have a punching bag and workout bench, so I would assume it's a home gym. On the outside, this looks pretty dull and boring, and we also have an observation deck that is way up high with 4 stories tall, made of all wood. So yeah, the outside isn't that wood because it's just a whole rectangular shape, but they put dormers to break out design. So overall, it's an okay house. I would prefer some distinction of different carpets or different floors for the bedrooms, especially to give a little bit more personality for each of them. But it is what it is, but it's an overall an okay house, so I would give a 7. Next lot is 57 Road to Nowhere. Okay, on the first glance, it does looks very similar to the Grunt household, except it is just empty and the layout I think is just reversed, with the bedroom on this side and the dining room area on the other side with stairs going on the outside and in. Yeah, and the rooms are pretty much the same layout with the 2 bathrooms on top and the 3 bedrooms over here with all the same flooring and wallpaper. From the outside, it looks exactly the same as the Grunt household, except it is mirrored and with less furnishing outside. So I would say this house is pretty similar in layout and design, pretty practical, although there is a lack of differentiation and personality. So it is pretty much a good house to play with. So I'm going to say this house also deserves a 7. The next lot is 73 Road to Nowhere. Okay, get prepared because this house has been universally panned to be the ugliest. There is a reason why. First off, we have a gate that leads to a really narrow staircase to the front door and then goes inside. On one side, we have this really ugly green bathroom with no shower, I think. We have a shower. And then they use green carpet and a white wallpaper for the bathroom. Kitchen is slightly better with a very narrow layout with a stove have to tuck at that corner. Over this side, there's a really small dining living room area. We have an empty room for no reason and leads to a bedroom at this corner. At the back, we have a backyard deck and the staircase leading to the rooftop. And we have an observation deck which is really oddly shaped smack in the middle of the roof. Also, not to forget, this house actually includes a basement down there. Hide all your secret things in your secret lair basement. Okay, on the outside, it doesn't look any better with a brick accent walls in the middle and side, wood paneling on the side. Really odd roofing because of the observation deck. I would rather have the whole thing all flat or don't have the rooftop deck at all. Okay, final thoughts. This house really requires a serious renovation for your Sims to live in, to be more space and to make it look nicer as well. It is because of the weird layout, really odd shapes and unpractical rooms here and there. So 73 Road to Nowhere deserves a 5. Our next lot is 91 Road to Nowhere. Okay, in this house, walk upstairs to the front porch. Looks pretty nice with a light wood fencing, and we have a living room area. I do like this paint and the flooring combination. Not so much on the bedroom area, which is using pale green with that yellow, doesn't look very nice. Behind there's the kitchen area. I would prefer the stove to be the same color as the counters, but that's okay. And the back deck looks pretty spacious, leads to the backyard. Alright, outside it looks pretty basic, but I do like the colors are pretty cohesive and not a lot of landscaping. Alright, this house is a pretty good starter house. I would say it have all the things that you need. The colors are more easy on the eyes. So I'm going to rate this house an 8. We look into the community lot. First one is 88 Road to Nowhere. Okay, this place has a lot of small shops here and there, and we have a lot of parking space, which is a total waste because Sims would never park inside the lot unless you have mods. Let's look at the first shop that we see, which is the boutique. Looks pretty bland with the white floors and greyish walls. At the back there's a dumpster area. The second shop is the games and magazine store with all light wood and gold layout. Is pretty gold color schemes that are pretty good. On the other side, we have the grocery store. The colors could have been more matched. There's a long counter space for I don't know what, and the seating area for no reason because Sims are not going to eat there. I don't think there's a grill nearby. We have bathrooms on the end here, and here we have this basement swimming pool, and the most disappointing part is if you go downstairs, the swimming pool is just really small. I would rather have the swimming pool take up the whole space on the underground, so it is pretty pointless to have an underground pool. Oh yeah, on the second floor we actually have tables and desks and some chairs. Some I don't think you can scoot in at all, which is weird. I don't know what for, because there's nothing much to do. Okay, looking from the outside, we have the most interesting part. We have a mixed match of different styles of really weird roof shapes. Especially the back, I believe they want to make it as a former factory converted into a swimming pool. The roofing is the most interesting part of it. Okay, final thoughts. This community lot is a whole hot mess because all the different stores have different architecture and they don't work together as a whole group. Maybe that is the whole point, but I don't like it that much. So I'm gonna rate this lot a 6. Our final lot to rate is 94 Road to Nowhere. Okay, so this is a public pool. I really like the floor tiles that surrounds the swimming pool. We have really nice landscaping. We have 4 diving boards in one side, pool ladders all around so it seems won't drown when you swim. So we have lounge chairs here. The colors are not my favorite. We have a hot tub over here. So at the back, I have no idea what is this for because it's just a fireplace and nothing else. Behind there, there's a grocery store. There is only one freezer and nothing else. Everything else are just counters and just one seating area. We have a grill on the outside and some seating area for Sims to eat. Right in the middle are bathrooms. I don't think they are separated by gender because they have just an archway just to go in. And then there's a random booth in the middle which I don't think is accessible at all. Maybe that's how they want to simulate a ticketing booth or a public pool. Okay, looking from the outside, again, I really like the landscaping. The pool is really spacious. That's the main feature. Looks pretty nice in the middle of a desert. The roofing is pretty decent. Okay, first thing first, this is what the better community lot. Unfortunately, this doesn't have much to do. The other one is more of a shopping area. But in terms of design, this lot obviously wins because the layout and the landscaping. So I'm going to rate this lot an 8. Okay, here are the scores for Strangetown lots. Overall, the Strangetown just lives up to its name. It is very strange, and I do appreciate the risk that the EA builders try to do to make different designs that are previously not heard of. Remember, we only came out from Sims 1 and all we can do is just a standard house, a standard hip roof. Some of them work, some of them don't. But what do you think? Please leave me a comment. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Western Sims for more updates on retro Sims content. Thank you for watching, and please remember to vote for the next neighborhood I'm going to rate in my community post page, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye!